How to deny elevation to a program. Does Windows have an automatically deny elevation request list? If a user is a standard user, it is possible to have Windows automatically deny any elevation requests by changing the consent prompt behavior user group policy setting to automatically deny elevation requests. Prompt for credentials on the secure desktop. Default. When an operation requires elevation of privilege, the user is prompted on the secure desktop to enter a different username and password. If the user enters valid credentials, the operation continues with the applicable privilege. Prompt for credentials. When an operation requires elevation of privilege, the user is prompted to enter an administrative username and password. If the user enters valid credentials, the operation continues with the applicable privilege. Automatically deny elevation requests. When an operation requires elevation of privilege, a configurable access denied error message is displayed. An enterprise that is running desktops as standard user may choose this setting to reduce help desk calls. This is useful in a situation where a program might prompt to elevate, but that would require the guy from help desk to run 3 buildings over, to enter their over-the-shoulder credentials. Only once they get there, they discover that the user shouldn't run that program. We want the application to run as a standard user, possibly getting access denied errors, since that's the correct answer. But that setting applies to all programs that elevate. Is it possible to mark a program, or add it to a list, so that it is automatically denied elevation requests, and runs as a standard user? The problem happens when a program has been mistakenly marked as request execution level of require administrator in its embedded or external manifest, has had the run this program has an administrator compatibility option checked, is being detected as a setup program, for example, is named install or setup, through the enable installer detection heuristics. Note, assuming the application had no manifest, one might suggest adding a manifest indicating request execution level column as invoker. This solution would also disable file and registry virtualization for the application. See also. Prevent elevation, UAC, for an application that doesn't need it, no solution found. How to tell Windows 7 that an application does not need to run with admin rights? Answer for that situation is to add a manifest. How to determine why application is prompting for elevation.
A possible solution is to use 2 policies in concert. Configure the already mentioned consent prompt behavior user group policy setting to automatically deny elevation requests. As stated in the question, this will affect all programs that run. Next, enable the user account control, only elevate executables that are signed and validated policy setting. From Microsoft, this setting enforces public key infrastructure, P, signature checks for any interactive applications that request elevation of privilege. Enterprise administrators can control which applications are allowed to run by adding certificates to the Trusted Publishers certificate store on local computers. Sign any trusted programs with your organization's key and publish it to the Trusted Publishers certificate store on all computers in your organization. More info?